The final piece of season number 4 is here, and we are in contention for a lot. Just remember, we're World Test champions. Spoiler alert. We didn't quite win the ODI World Cup, but we have won a lot so far. And with 2 ambers on the line, we've only got 2 tours going on this winter. Not quite as much action as normal, but we've got a chance to have the number 1 batter in the world in Test cricket at the end of the year and the number 1 bowler in T20I cricket, which would tick all those off and leave us with basically the ODI stuff outstanding. Ranked number 1, World Cup and Champions Trophy. We have seen, I want to say a catapult up to 4th, but our form in in ODI cricket has vastly improved. Gareth Mayer has been a send from the gods, ranked number 4 in the world, a chance to chase down Jaiswal this winter, but he's doing it averaging 72. That's quite phenomenal. And with the ball, we just got pipped last year. Gus Atkinson is just above Zach Fulks, 1,132. Like I've seen in the comments, the system only goes up to 1,000, so not quite sure what's gone on there. But this winter, we've got a little bit. We've got 3 tests in Sri Lanka, some one-day cricket and a T20 game. We've got a tour of New Zealand with exactly the same, pretty much 2 test matches, a whole bunch of white ball cricket as well. Good opportunity to solidify ourselves at the top of the Test World Championship. But before we get into it, I just want to talk about how good Ben Duckett has been. He has been phenomenal in Test match cricket, averaging 56 with the bat with 10 centuries and a highest of 254. And you add to that, he averages 53 in one-day international cricket, almost 54. But the thing is, this isn't just a 54 average. This is opening the batting. And this is at a huge overhaul. So the whole thing is now built and working as it should for anyone else who's going to play the game. But if we look at ODI cricket, Ben Duckett stands out above the rest. His strike rate year on year is constantly over our team's average. That's every team that's played the game. Let's just change it to England. Still the same, and his average is immense. He's had over 1,000 runs in this competition. Incredible player. And we've got 2 young guns. We've got Mayer, who's had 27 innings, and Kay, who's had 16 in ODI cricket. And I just want to highlight how good this has been, really. Kay, 16 innings to his name. Mayer, 27 innings. If we look at the players who's got the most runs through the first 27 innings of their career, Ben Duckett, 1,513, Mayer, 1,527. But if we go down here and we look at Kay, he's got the 3rd amount through his first 16 innings. So we've really got some quality players coming through. India have gone and won the Asian Trophy ODIs. Beat Afghanistan in a cracking final. India only scored 253. Jaiswal's a machine. He's a machine. Averaging 61 in one-day cricket, 47 in tests. His T20 record's not bad. 155 strike rate, average of 22. That's quite reasonable. But they get home, they collapse. 5 for Quays Ahmed. He gets wickets. But Afghanistan are no pushovers on this game. Remember, they knocked us out the World Cup. Agar with 109 off 112 as the bowled out last ball and to win by 3 runs. What a finish to the game. But this kid, Dil Agar, 48 one-dayers averaging 56. Test match 17 tests averaging 45. They have got some players. But first, 3 test matches down in Sri Lanka. If we look at our performances, last time we played Sri Lanka, we won 2-0 away from home. But just look at our latest performances against each of these teams. There's only India who we drew 2-2 with in 2025. Otherwise, we've won every single home series the last time we played against them. Test match-wise for us, as we're picking a squad, well, Ben Duckett shines. 3 double centuries to his name, 10 centuries. Joe Root's been excellent. Zach Crawley's been interestingly excellent, averaging 41. It's actually the best I've had out of Zach Crawley. But one thing he has done is when he scored big. Top scores in 18.9% of the matches that he plays in. 6 ducks to his name. 13% of his innings turn into a century, which isn't that far off Ben Duckett. Stokes always useful down at number 6 or 7. Jimmy Rue averaging 47 at number 6 is really good. Mayer averaging 39. And then we've got this K and Crow thing. Crow came in and we was like, oh, what a player. This guy looks amazing. Scored all these runs. But the fact is, when you look at Test cricket and you look at K, or more importantly, you look at Crow, he scored all his runs against Pakistan and Ireland. Against New Zealand, Australia and Bangladesh, didn't score a run. With the ball in Test cricket, we've still got Jimmy going strong. His strike rate is going through the roof, but I don't know how we actually move on from him, because him opening the bowling has been really good. Gus Atkinson is a 3-format player now. He looks really solid, averaging 24 the last 2 years. His economy rates come down nicely. Strike rate in the 40s. There's a lot to like about it. Tom Price has solidified himself as the next Ben Stokes. His batting isn't on Stokes' level, but his bowling is exceptional. Averaging 29 this year, 20 the year before. Rian Ahmed is averaging 18 in the game since we started. That's incredible. 56 wickets this year in Test cricket. But it does always feel like we're searching for one. We always need a other bowler, and I'm not quite sure where it comes from. Matty Potts has come back into the team as of late. Matty Potts could come into the squad when Stokes' bowling diminishes, but we lose Stokes' batting. But Potts is a mid-30s bowler, 30 to 35 average. Josh Tong had moments of brilliance, but eventually dipped off. And we've played against Sri Lanka before. We beat them 3-0 back in 2024 in home test matches. But we are a genuinely good test match team. In fact, Crow is out injured, so that makes an easy decision for us. 13 days. Remember Ollie Pope? I was getting asked in the comments about him. Why did you drop him? Well, he wasn't scoring that much runs. But he's averaging very reasonable amounts. He's 29 years old here, so he is going to come back into the team. Jimmy Anderson will be in the team. I can't let him go. He did miss the last test match through injury. We got a George Garton in the squad last time. This year, 89 wickets at 29 is phenomenal. 65 at 34 the year before. I'm going to remove him, but those stats are exceptional. Toby Greatwood, 25 years old, 86 wickets at 25 this year. 53 at 31 the year before that. 74 at 32 the year before that. There's a lot to like about it from a young lad, so I might bring him in the squad. Not sure where you create the space. Like we said before, Jamie Porter, 17 at 63 this year, but 89 at 23 the year before. So I don't think Porter's the guy. And it actually wants us to move on from Ben Stokes, which is a really interesting place to be. It wants us to pick Brook. That does cause us a problem. It only gives us 4 bowlers. So Stokes is going to remain in the team and play in the 7-hole. Rumaya, Pope out, K in. And I think that's how we line up. It's a really strong top 7. Price averaging 28 has been really, really good for us actually. He's got a century to his name. Ahmed's got a century to his name as well. Atkinson's got 350s. We bat down quite well. And with the ball, you've got to say these guys have been doing enough for a long enough period now to have a bit of rope. And I'm not quite ready to let Stokes go. We're getting to that time where there is going to be a transition. And it doesn't like us. Wow, it doesn't like us. 67% of the time, Sri Lanka win. It's got to be the pitch. It's going to rag later. We win. It's a great win as well because they get 4-3-7. Our chances of winning at this stage dropped to about 15%. And it was off the back, Nasanka just scoring runs against us again. This top order Sri Lanka team is actually pretty good. Disappointing with the ball overall. Stokes, randomly very economical. But we go big. Ben Duckett scored a 33 ball 50 and then petered out and ended up getting out for 93. Zach Crawley scored 100, Joe Root scored 100, and then we got 85 from Rian Ahmed down the order. They get 382. Atkinson was very good here. Tom Price had a pretty poor test match actually, to be fair, and we cruise home. Both openers scoring really well. 132 opening partnership, we take a 1-0 lead. Questions are swirling. 45-year-old Jimmy. 841 test wickets, but it's getting worse. 15 wickets at almost 40 this year. Like, he's done. He's completely done. And I'm going to make a change. Greatwood is coming in on debut. This is a big call for the 25-year-old to come in. 294 wickets at 28. It's a good record. He's a good player. Can he be good at the next level up? I realise I've dropped a 45-year-old Jimmy in Sri Lanka. The outcry in the papers will be vast. The papers, social media, get with it. He's done it. Duckett scored a century before lunch. He's been close. He got to 97 not out twice, but here 100 off 91 deliveries, and he's got to 100 before lunch on day 1. Something that has only been done 6 times in the history of Test cricket. Darwan's done it, Warner's done it, Majid Khan, Bradman, Victor Trumper, and now Ben Duckett. We close out on 5-14. We make a bit of a meal of this. Joe Root scores 99 and gets out. Misses out on 100, number 46. He's trying to chase down Tendulkar. Jimmy Rue, 103 off 230 run, takes his test match average past 50. Win predictor. They need 477 from 4 and a bit sessions. We're going to win this, surely. We win by 146, but it went down to the final session. Rian Ahmed, quite quiet in Test cricket. 2-2-2-2, just chipping in, but not blowing teams away like he normally does. Pretty decent performance all round. Wickets spread around. Second innings, we could have followed on, but I was like, no, let's make a bigger score. I wanted to get another 100 for someone. Didn't work. We got blown out of the water, really. But 2-0, we won the series. Slightly disappointing from Mayer at the moment, averaging 31. Test match average 40 from 18 games. Made me wonder about a little change. I'm not going to do it though. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on to Greatwood as well. Have another test match on a flat deck. We got hammered badly. 346. Top order got smashed out. Kay and Mayer have had an appalling series. James Rue, Rian Ahmed held us together strong. Mayer with 70 in the second innings, but again we didn't get anything. They get a huge score. Nasanka, Rupasinghe, and the number 3 batsman all get a century. This is a good Sri Lankan batting lineup, and it shows here that we just couldn't take wickets. 2 centuries, 2 centuries, 2 centuries, another century. They played really well in this series. To say they lost 2-0, maybe not the fairest comparison in the world. Ben Duckett was exceptional, averaged 62 with a 97 strike rate. Root was fantastic, should have been 2 centuries but scored a 99. Rian Ahmed 350s. Watch this space, batting at number 9. Crawley dipped off. I've probably tried to bat him slightly too aggressive. James Rue was really good, averaging 46. But Mayer and Kay, deeply disappointing. And we've got a gap in the bowling unit without James Anderson. Still leaves us top. That's a very good position to be, 7-1. Tom Price out injured for 7 days. Now we're into the big stuff. One-day cricket. Lot up for grabs here. There's world ranking points. We're still number 1 in Test cricket. Yeah. But we also would love Gareth Mayer to topple Babar Azam as well. That would be perfect. And this is the team we're going to put out. Mayer's going to bat at 3, Kay at 4, Salt, Duckett, Root, Butler, Rian Ahmed, Potts, Atkinson, Archer, Topley. It's quite a settled team at the moment. Still only 3 stars, but it's quite settled. And we win by 98. Good performance. Kay goes big. 116 off 99 for him. His one-day record is fantastic. He's in great form with it. 17 games, 350s to his name. 62 for Mayer. He kind of got bogged down in this middle period of his innings where I just wanted him to kick on. Didn't quite have the gumption about him. Average aggression, defensive in one-day cricket. So if we can influence that, we'll be in a good position. But their really strong batting unit just didn't quite work here. Atkinson with a couple early doors. Solid performance. Lost by 2 wickets. They chased down 3-3-3. I thought we were going to be alright, but Mendes, Nasanka, great player. Can't say I can't stand him. He played really well. Topley, Potts and Ahmed went round the park. We get 3-2-9. Kay with another good 84. Mayer with runs, Salt with runs. Just lots of chip-ins. We actually finished really strong here with Potts and Atkinson lacing it around in the final 2 overs. But it's going to go to a decider. Almost the most important thing. Is Mayer catching on Babar Azam? The answer is no. And we win the series. What a performance. Kay, 74 off 82. Cracking series for him. He's been ultra consistent. Century, 80, 70. Really, really good. 272, I felt a little bit underwhelmed. They were favourites going into this. But I made the call and I changed Archer from opening bowler to Topley. Topley rewarded. 3 for 33 was superb. We pick up a series win against Sri Lanka. We move to 97 points. With the bat, Mayer 910. It's not going to quite work out for us, is it? And a T20 international to go with it. Now, the thing is here, we bought in pairs for the last series. Got to say that probably didn't quite work out. But we do have a big gap in the team around the bowling. And it's around the first change. So first change is starting to go up. The average is now up to 27. It was down at 19 and 18 the past 2 years. Lewis Gregory is key to that. He's been exceptional. But who bowls with him? Matty Potts goes at 8.45 and has got an average of 19. Sam Curran went around the park. Looking at opening bowlers, Atkinson and Topple is the two you go with. And the interesting thing is Sam Cook's there. Sam Cook is there. He's always there, isn't he? Average of 15, 8.16 economy rate. Went at 9s the previous... Nah, it's a red herring. Don't go near it. You've been there before. Pears was great with his 6.93 economy rate. There's Ash, who I think we looked at last time, Mike Ash. 8.03 economy rate's good. Strike rate of 15. Gandalthwaite is one. I know he takes wickets on this game. His strike rate is normally exceptional. Strike rate of 12 last year, 15 the year before. But he can go, like, going at 10s that year, 9s that year. So maybe not the best move we could make. Because to me, you either pick a strike rate bowler or you pick an economy rate guy. So you've got Goldsworthy. There's nothing that strikes me as working when I'm looking for someone to come in. They've either got an economy rate of +9 or the strike rate is abysmal. There's Redfern with a 6.89 economy rate. He's got a woeful record in all of the forms of cricket, but 7.64 career, 18 wickets, 8.25 the previous year. I actually think the random decision I'm going to make is to go with Tall Paul. Essex legend, Big Bash legend, average of 21, 8.85 economy rate, but going at 7.56 this year, 8.04 the year before. I think there might be something in that. It might be a bit of a stretch, but there could be something there. It is going to turn. It's only one game, it is going to turn, but I've tried 2 spinners before because I really like Will Jacks in the team and it's not quite worked. But there is a danger of going with 2 all-rounders like a Gregory and a Walter where it doesn't quite go off. But Walter gives you bang for your buck with the bat down the end. Also, Matty Potts, 9 overs, going at 7.07 this year. But I think that's the team. They're also 5 stars. And as such, they really likes them. Sri Lanka win easy. We only get 139. Not convinced about the batting order. It was a big task to improve this batting lineup. I don't think we've quite done it yet. Mayer and Kay may not be the guys for the middle of the order. Harry Brooks snuck his way back in. Not sure what's happening there. But Tall Paul going at 7.25 and over. I quite like that. Bit of New Zealand action. Test matches. 2 of them. Joe Root injured. 6 days. Going to remain in the team. But it does give an opportunity for someone else. It's whether we want to go with a Harry Brook or do we want to try and find fresh blood. And I love fresh blood on this game. E. Broody. Right, let's have a look at you. 1,900 runs this year. He's got a career average of 51. 23 years old. 9 centuries to his name already. 8 of them have come this season. Averaging 64 in one-day cricket. I'm just going to put you in the team to have a look. This guy keeps appearing as well. Steve Timms, bowler. 76 wickets at 30. 30 at 21 in the blast. 39 at 25 the year before. He's only 23 years old. Okay, so what I'm planning on doing here is I brought Brodie in for debut. There you go, I've looked at you once. You're 23 years old. You've scored a few runs for Gloucestershire, probably in Division 2. And now you're going to play Test cricket in New Zealand. Good luck. But Jimmy's done. He's not going to be around next year. We're going to give Greatwood another game, just because based on he's got the most runs, most wickets in County Championship this year. 91 at 27 is 86. Sorry, at 25 if we want to be accurate. And I think I'm going to give Timms a run out. We know Sam Cook's his economy rate's exceptional, but he's not going to take wickets. So that's how we're lining up. So lots of change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably about 7 changes from the actual Test team. It keeps wanting us to drop Stokes. Not ready to do that. It's batting. It doesn't look like a good time to bat. But it does like us enough. We win, and we win well. Good performance in the end in dodgy conditions. James Rew with 82. Nothing else to really speak of with the bat. John Moss, 22 years old, currently playing Canterbury Knots in New Zealand. He goes through as 41 wickets at 20 in his career. That's not a bad performance from him. But we bowled them out for 106. This was really good. Gus Atkinson, 19 overs straight. Greatwood, 19 overs straight. How does that work? Well, the fact is, it kept raining, so they'll bowl 6 overs and then would be off for a few hours and they'll come back with full speed again. So I just kept them going. They kept taking wickets. Ben Stokes with some more runs. Jimmy Rue with some runs. May with 47. Left them about 400 to win, and they never really looked like it. But Atkinson with 12 in the game. How good's 12 in the game? Well, with the latest dashboard, you can look at the team's high scores, lowest scores, match aggregates, margins, most runs runs by an innings, batting scores, carried about hundreds in both innings, but also wickets in match. So 12 for 111 was the best by Rian Ahmed, and his 12 came for 125, so second best figures in the game. Also, Greatwood, I think he's going to keep his place here, because he had a very reasonable test match. 4 for 34, 1 for 37. I would love to be in a position where I could experiment without a Ben Stokes, but we're not there yet. And Joe Root is also available, so he's going to move back into that 3-hole, averaging 61 this year. Series on the line. Somehow we win. They get 4-2-3. They go big at the top. Ravinder with 80. Reddy. Alex Reddy, 22 years old. Is he ready? Well, he's averaging 44 in Test cricket, so yes, he is. Tom Price was 6, rolled through the end, but good performance. Took a huge lead. May was 70, Kay was 67, held us together strong. Ben Duckett's probably had his quietest series ever. Not a good performance from him. They get 2-3-5 all out. Rian Ahmed was 6 for 8 for in the game. Just Rian Ahmed. He's brilliant. 156 wickets at 21 now. Doing really, really well. And we knock off 364 off 111 overs in not the best conditions. Joe Root with 121 brings up century number 46. Incredible knock from him. Strike rate of near 70. Duckett went off like a train. May have failed, but Rue steady as you like. Rue not missed a strike rate. His strike rate is abysmal, but he gets it done. What's his average now? 50. 7 centuries. Stokes with 50. We win the series 2-0. Rue with the most runs in the series. Atkinson 12 at 19. Greatwood 7 at 32. I'd take it. It's not bad. But if he's going to have a career in line with Ben Stokes with the ball on this game, I don't think it's quite going to cut it. Expands our lead at the top of the world rankings up to 120 points. With the bat, Root in number 8, and with the ball, Rian Ahmed number 1 by a country mile. Also, Test World Championship. Look at that. Who have India just beat? Okay, so they've beat Bangladesh, and now they have just thrashed Australia by 6 wickets, by 10 wickets, and by 7 wickets. Australia's batting failing miserably. 3 one-days against New Zealand as we want to continue our climb towards the top of the rankings and also put ourselves in a position to have the best players in the world. And with this being the final series in one-day cricket, it's going to take a massive effort from Gareth Meir to topple Babar Azam's 950. Matt Kay on 865 if he could go big. But Ben Duckett, where have you gone, Ben Duckett? Down to 23rd, he's not in good form. Oh, Topley's got a hat-trick. He's gone through the tail and then finally gets out Moss. LBW giving out. He gets a hat-trick. 105-run victory. 336. Duckett 71. Salt 43. Mayer 38. K 39. Just runs all the way down. Butler 50. Rian Ahmed fast 50. His batting is really useful. 97 strike rate. Average of 21. In T20 cricket, and we bowled them out for 2-3-1. Solid performance, but it was really when Potts got on a roll with Rian Ahmed when we ran through them. So it will take even bigger effort to try and get the number 1 team now for Batter, because no one's going big. Win by 2, we're going to win another one-day series. We're getting on a roll with this. Rian Ahmed, brilliant. 2.6 and over. Jofra Archer was great. Good performance from the boys, and with the bat, K 121 off 93. He went big as he got to 100. He just exploded. Unfortunately, got out, so he doesn't get to kind of finish off the innings and end up with 150. But impressive knock, still averaging 70 in the format. And we win. We sweep New Zealand 179 all that. Atkinson Topley was brilliant. Topley with a couple of wickets in the power play, or a late wicket in the power play, which was key. Wicket spread around, economy rates great, runs chipped in, Mayer 50, K 36, Root 55 not out, at a run of ball. We have swept New Zealand. We are becoming a very, very good one-day team, and it's been done on stability of the bowling. We were always a good batting team before, and you can make a question saying we're maybe not quite as potent, but with the ball, we are definitely becoming a consistent performer. 7 for Ahmed at 17, Atkinson 6 at 19, Topley really good, Archer and Potts around the pocket a little bit, but I'm okay with that because the economy rates are under 5. It's given us control. And it also puts us for the first time 3rd place, 98 points, closing down on 100. As Mayer moves into 6th on 918, K in 8th on 904. And Rian Ahmed up to 4th, Topley into 5th, Gus Atkinson number 1. Finishing off with T20 series against New Zealand. And I guess what I'm looking for is just someone standing out with the bat. Ollie Price has got an incredible record this season. Could have the Price brothers in action. 172 strike rate with 56 average, 150 the year before, but it drops down, so he's not always that level of player. The Crow's been playing a bit of T20 cricket, 149 career strike rate, 157 this year, 133 the year before. It's not quite good enough. So 3 of these one-day internationals, or 3 of these T20s. I think the changes we're going to make. We gave Tall Paul a game last time. Don't know if he's the best option with the ball, but I think his bump with the bat will be much appreciated. We've got Ash, who could be the next guy in. We're still dropping Will Jacks. It wants us to drop Josh Butler, which I'm not ready to do, but I am ready to drop Harry Brooks. So it's a Mayer K. Marshall middle order. Calamitous strike rates. This is woeful. This is woeful. Let's try it. What's the worst that happens? We lose by 2 wickets. It's not a bad performance, to be fair. Mayer, for all the love I've given him, his strike rate in any format of the game is quite abysmal. So he's got to get better at that if he wants to be part of this team. K failed, but Marshall 39 off 28, pretty nice, 140 strike rate. Josh Butler doing Butler things. Salt was good. With the ball, they just slightly got away. Walter was good, but his last over just went too big. I'm going to make a change. A change I didn't think I'd been making. I'm going to bring in Will Jacks, and I'm going to bat Jacks at 3. Mayer dropped. Where's that come from? Lose the series, 175. Paul Walter went at 13s with bowled Will Jacks. He went at 8s. They batted well. Glenn Phillips really changed the game for them. His knock was key. And we were 156. We were 3 down for not many. Jacks at 3 didn't really work. Marshall and K, the run rates were poor. And randomly, the change we're going to make actually is Butler going back up the order. In fact, Butler's going to open. He's an opener. He's opening. That's what he's doing. And Paul Walter's been good with the bat. But I am going to give Ash a run out with the ball just to see what we've got. I know what to get from a Paul Walter. He's probably going to go about 9s in a series. And New Zealand sweep us. We get 143. Salt's had a poor series, hasn't he? There was a 60. I'll let him off. But Butler, not much. Duckett, not much less than a run of ball. There's a lot to dislike about our batting, but Will Jacks down the order has generally been pretty decent for us. With the ball, Ash going at 7s. It's a poor series to finish the episode on what has been an incredible season. We won the Ashes 5-0. We won the Test World Championship with the number 1 team in the world in Test cricket. Number 8 in T. When did that? Oh my days, that's just dropped off a cliff. Number 3 in one-day cricket now. And we do hopefully tick off another achievement with Gus Atkinson as number 1 in T20 cricket. But there are still games to play, so we'll fast forward. As we get to the end of the year, we are 1, we are 7, we are 3, but have we ticked off any more one-day cricket? May is up to 4th, so we don't knock that off, but we need a T20 win here, and Atkinson is number 1 in the world, Rian Ahmed number 2, one-day cricket is Atkinson, and we've officially gone green on bowlers. We've just got the one-day batters to go, and 3 one-day achievements. Also, if you want to brag, our test record is amazing. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're on a roll here. We're going to go into the next season on a high. One-day cricket is looking good. And hopefully, we can start ticking off some more achievements. Thank you for watching. Till next time.